Now let us see how we can deal with the text file, how we can work with the text file. So if we have to work with the text file, we have to follow certain steps. The first and the foremost step is we have to open the file. After the file is opened, see, when we are going to open the file, we also have to specify for what purpose are we opening the file, which is known as the type of operation. After the file is opened in a particular type of way in which we want to work, then we are going to perform the requisite operation. After all the operations are done in the file, then we are going to close the file. Right? Now, what are the various operations allowed in the file? We can either read the data from the file, we can write the data to the file, or we can append the data to the file. Now, what is the difference between writing and appending? Writing means you are writing into the file from the very beginning of the file, right? And if there was any content in the file, those will be deleted. That means writing is done in a fresh file. Appending is done in an already existing file with contents. Now you are adding the data, adding more data to the already existing file. That is called appending the file. Okay. Now, if we have to open the file, how we can open a file? In order to open a file, we have a function known as open function. Now, the syntax of the open function is file object is equal to open, and then the open function takes two arguments. One is your file name and another is your file mode. Now, file object. What is this file object? This file object is actually the name of the variable through which you are going to link the file to your program. Now, whenever you have to use the particular file in a program, through this variable, you are going to use the file. Now, this is also known as file handle. The first argument of the open function is your file name. In the first argument, we normally specify the path of the file or the name of the file. When we simply write the name of the file, it will look for the file in the current working directory. But if the file is not located in the current directory, then we are going to specify the complete path of the file. The second argument of this function is your file mode. Now, file mode specifies the operation, the type of operation which you want to do in the file. There are different types of file modes available. We will be studying all of these in this video. Now, another important thing is that this file mode argument is optional. If you do not specify the file mode, the default mode will be the reading mode. It will be taken as the reading mode. That means the file will be opened in the reading mode. See, these are some examples we are going to consider. The first example is file is equal to open story.txt. Here the word file, this is the name of the variable known as file handle. And in the open function, we have specified only one argument, and that argument is the name of the file. Okay, so story.txt is the name of my file. I have not specified the path of the file. That means this file will be looked in the current directory. And since I have not specified the file mode, it will take the mode as reading. So this file story.txt will be opened in reading mode. You can only read the contents of this file. Another example. Now I have written file is equal to open story.txt, w. The word file is the file handle, just like the previous example. Story.txt, name of the file, without path it is specified. And the second argument is the w, that is file mode. Now this is your writing mode. I am not taking up the default mode, but I am taking up the another mode, that is write mode, because I want to write into the file. Another example. Now in this example, I have written file is equal to open, and I have taken only one argument, and that is the complete path of the file. See, file is the file handle and this is the file path along with its name. Now if you notice over here in the path I have used double backslashes. Right? Now why I have used double backslashes? Because if I am going to use a single backslash, then in case there is escape sequence, backslash has a special meaning. They are used to create the escape sequences. So if I am going to use single backslash and any escape sequence is encountered in this path, that escape sequence will be executed. For example, in this ABC folder is written. If I have not used double backslashes, then backslash A, this is an escape sequence. Now this escape sequence would have taken its role. To avoid the special meaning of this backslash, we use double backslash in the file path. Okay. So again, no mode is specified. So the default mode will be R taken over here. In this example, I have taken the file handle as file, path, the same path, but now I have specified the writing mode. Right? See, arrows are not at the appropriate position. You people can understand that also. This example, now in this example it's written file is equal to open, and within bracket the first argument I have specified the path of the file, not with double backslashes, with single backslashes, but before the path I have written R. R means now I am creating the raw string. Raw string means that no special meaning will be allotted to any character in the string. So all the characters will have their normal meaning. No special role will be given to any character. So if there are any escape sequence in the string, they will not have any effect. Right? So when we write any string preceded by R, that is called the raw string. File is the file handle and this is the file path and name. The last example, again the same concept. Same example is there, just I have used the writing mode. The rest of the things are same. Okay. Coming up to the file modes. So we were dealing with the modes in the previous examples. We have used R mode and W mode. So we will have a detailed analysis of all these modes now. The first mode is your R mode. Now R mode is used for reading mode. You already know. It is a default mode, that also you have been told. But another important information with the R mode is that if you specify the file with the R mode and that file is not existing, then system is going to flash the error. But if the file is existing, then it will open up the file and the cursor will be positioned at the beginning of the file, so that reading will be done from the very beginning of the file. See, this is an example, right? R mode is specified over here with the open function. Moving on to the next mode, W. W mode is used for writing. Now in this case, if the file is not existing, then it will create a new file with the name. It is not going to flash any error. But if the file is already existing, then what it will do? It will delete the already existing contents of the file and place the cursor at the beginning of the file, so that you are going to write onto the file from the very beginning as a fresh file. Okay, you have to remember this important feature of W mode. It truncates, it deletes all the contents of the file, already existing file. An example, see W mode. Next mode is your A mode. Now this mode is used for appending. Appending means the original contents of the file will not be deleted and the cursor will be positioned at the end of the line at the end of the file, so that whatever you write now will be added to the file, right? The contents will not be deleted. But if the file is not existing, then it will create a new file in append mode also, just like the write mode. This is an example. Another mode is RW mode. You can say this is an advancement of R mode. Now what is the advancement? The advancement is that R mode allows only reading, but this allows both reading as well as writing. The other things are same. If the file does not exist, it will flash the error. If the file exists, the cursor will be positioned at the beginning, right? Contents will not be deleted. Okay. Moving on to the next mode is your, see this is an example. Moving on to the next mode is your W plus. Now this is an advancement of write mode, W mode. This is again used for both reading and writing. If the file does not exist, a new file will be created. But if the file exists, just like W mode, its previous contents will be deleted and the cursor will be positioned at the beginning of the file, right? Example is this one. The last mode is your A plus mode. Now this mode is also used for reading as well as writing. If the file is not existing, it will be created. But if the file is existing, its content will not be deleted, but you will be writing onto the file at the end, just like your A mode, right? So these are the 6 modes of text files, right? Once you have opened the file, you have performed the operations in the file, the next task is to close the file. So first have a look at the example of this A plus mode, and then let us see how we can close the file. Now when we have to close a file, there is a function called close. The syntax is file object dot close, right? We have been using the file object name as file. So file dot close will close the file associated with this variable. So this is how we open the file and close the file. Okay.